Sure. Can you hear me?
Hello there. Yes, we can hear you, Naresh.
Perfect. Just continuing that.
Hi, good morning. Good morning, friends, masters, and my dear gods. I am Vikal Gupta from Bangalore, representing IFSS as volunteer. So, welcome you all to day 22 of my third of the program is left 11 days from today onward. So I welcome you all from all across the world. And to join this program, taking out time, and a deep gratitude to all the organizations, IFSS, Omega, Joy, PSSM Ignite, Breath Universe, Australia, Beat, PIMA, and PMMA to, to join hand together and come across and provided this fantastic program and platform where we can have meditation and have different experiences. So our format remains same, and we will be conducting the meditation, and the meditation is going to be on the same topic, whatever has been discussed couple of days back by Master Sampath, that is Ho'oponopono meditation. So without any ado, I would like to welcome Master Sampath, and I'm very happy and privileged to have Master Sampath, and I'm introducing him. His introduction is 2 days ago. Purna has given such a wide introduction, so it's a this time is very small to introduce him completely. So for me, he is a grandmaster, and he dedicated his life to spread the meditation, and he has been doing. He has been kind of conducted thousands and thousands of the uh, classes and meditation sessions all across the globe. He is from Australia. You can see him in Bangalore, Panama, India, Australia, US, and wherever something is happening related to Pyramid Valley, he is there. So I request Sampath to take it over from here and guide us to Ho'oponopono meditation. And again, I repeat to everybody, before we get into the meditation, to experience a unique experience, a fantastic, unique experience. Let's drop all expectation and be with the open mind and surrender. So over to you, Sampath sir.
Thank you, Vikal bhai. Am I audible?
Yeah, loud and clear.
Yeah, I see a lot of my friends here. Hi to everyone, Bindu, Nikhil, Naresh, my co-speaker today, and all the friends who are behind the screen. And yeah, a couple of days back, we talked about the Ho'oponopono as a technique. Am I audible? And no breaks, right? Because while you were talking, Vikal, it was breaking. I hope it was not because of my internet.
It might be because of my internet. So I will
Okay.
see you are loud and
Okay.
clear and no break.
Thank you very much. So friends, today's session, if you want it to help a lot of people, try to be on video. It'll really help others, not just us. Those who can, no force, but those who really want this session to help others as well, with a lot of love. If you are comfortable, please be on the video and participate in this meditation session. 2 days ago, we were talking about one of the most powerful healing techniques called Ho'oponopono. So that day, we didn't have time to do the Ho'oponopono meditation. So what we are doing today is, we will start with the Ho'oponopono meditation and slowly get into the normal Anapanasati meditation that we are doing. So first few minutes, 10 to 15 minutes maybe, we will follow the guidance, and we'll do the Ho'oponopono meditation, so that people who want to utilize this technique will understand how to use this technique for themselves. All right. Vikal bhai, even you can meditate. So yeah, good to see you, Naresh. Yeah. So take your glasses off and sit comfortably. For the Ho'oponopono part, it's up to you whether you want to clasp your hands or not. But when I again say we are getting into Anapanasati, make sure you clasp your hands and cross your feet. But Ho'oponopono, while we are doing Ho'oponopono, it's up to you how you want to sit. Posture is up to you. So sit comfortably. Please close your eyes. Start relaxing your body for a moment. This body is a factory running with trillions of cells. That's what I say every time. It's okay to give it a moment to relax. And we start with the body. Only when the body relaxes, mind relaxes. And when we say relax, we have nothing to do, just drop all the activity that we are consciously doing. Let every cell in the body get some time to relax itself consciously. And while relaxing the body, gently observe any sensations in the body, from head to toe. All we are doing is relaxing, my friends. And while relaxing, we are observing. Forget about outside world for this session. Now gently take your observation to your mind and see how your mind is today, now. What kind of thoughts are surfacing? Observe without interference. And now from your mind, connect your energy. Feel your energy body and see whether you are operating in high or low energies. Doesn't matter, however it is, but become aware of your energies. Doesn't matter whether energy is high or low. All we are doing is becoming aware of our energies. Now let us connect to our emotional reality. See the emotions that are surfacing without any judgment. Good, bad, ugly, no labeling. Any emotion. Now connect to all of your reality, whether it be past, present, or future. Whatever appeals real to you is your reality. Connect to all of your reality and see if anything is bothering you. Anything that is causing any kind of stress in any way. Regrets about the past, anxiety or worry about future, any kind of unaccepted aspects of life which are causing pain. Any kind of health issues, whether it be yours or your loved ones or your friends or anyone in your reality. Just look at the whole reality of yours. Identify the aspects that need healing. And gently start communicating to the universe from your heart space. I am sorry. I am sorry for all that is happening in my reality, which was not supposed to happen. I acknowledge. Please forgive me. I seek forgiveness from the universe, because whatever happens in my reality, I am taking the responsibility. Consciously or unconsciously, I have created it. I don't deny or escape the reality that I am responsible for it. Please forgive me. I drop all my ego, which questions and resists taking the responsibility. We are not taking the blame, my dear friends. We are just taking the responsibility. Please forgive me. Now send all your love energies from your heart space wholeheartedly to all your reality. Let everyone, including yourself, get abundant of love. Without any judgments. With total acceptance, compassion, and oneness. Communicate to the universe through yourself. I love you. Let the love touch everyone in your reality, including yourself. We all are one. It is just one entity breathing through all of us. And there are no two entities. It's all us. The ignorance caused by belief in separation because of the physical reality causes all the ignorance. We are coming out of that by connecting to oneness and love. Send love to everyone and everything, because it's all you, it's all us. We all are one. Why judge ourselves just because we are operating from a different body? Let us be totally, totally compassionate. And send love energies. Love is not an emotion. Love is the feeling of oneness and the highest spiritual truth of our own existence. And out of total love, let us get into gratitude and convey to universe, thank you. I thank myself. I thank everyone. I thank every happening. As it has played its role in my evolution, in my learning. I understand that I cannot learn without the help of emotions. And for the emotions, we need to have all the dramas. We thank all the players of this drama, all the roles played by beautiful souls who have volunteered and volunteering for our evolution. And we thank ourselves for playing such a role in others' realities as well. Let us totally fill ourselves with gratitude towards ourselves and to the whole universe, to each and every aspect of our reality. Either we have a complaint or gratitude. Consciously, we are choosing to be grateful because that is the quality of our own true self. Now that we know the meaning of all these four statements, let us meaningfully repeat within ourselves a few times. And while repeating these statements, whatever comes onto the surface, let it come and get healed. You don't have to choose anything. From the bottom of our hearts, let us communicate to the universe. I am sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. And I thank you. Every time we repeat these statements, my dear friends, it is so unburdening. Heart becomes so light. Peace happens so naturally. Forgiveness happens so naturally. One more time. Let us connect once again to the totality and wholeheartedly. Let us convey these beautiful statements which align us to the divine truth. I am sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. And I thank you. One last time, my dear friends. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Everybody deserves forgiveness. And it starts with us. I love you. Who doesn't deserve love? And love is God. And God is love. And we all are minute specks of the God. There is no judgment in the realm of God. Let there be no exceptions. And we are not an exception. Everyone deserves love. So one last time, communicate wholeheartedly. I love you. And with all love, let us thank one last time to everyone and everything, including ourselves. Thank you. I am sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. Slowly come out of your emotional reality and get back to your own observer state with all gratitude to Ho'oponopono. Let us meditate by being with our own natural, peaceful, tender, joyful breath. For a few minutes, my dear friends, with the lovely music. Just be with your breath, forgetting everything else. Please don't go with your thoughts. Gently come back to breath. Last 5 minutes. Enjoy being with your breath, my dear friends. Last 1 minute. Slowly come back. My dear friends, take your time. Whenever you're done, unclasp your hands. Place your fingers on your eyes for 5 to 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay.
Wow.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Deep gratitude, Sampath sir. My brother, Sampath bhai. Thank you very much. It was a fantastic, unique experience, I would say. It was so deep and soothing. I still see the people coming out and, from the meditation. Okay. Give them time to come out. Now it's time for us to get into the next segment of today's session. So we will be having discussions on the core agreement, and for which I would like to invite Master Naresh. So Naresh is the meditation practitioner for a couple of years. He represents Ignite, based in Dallas, and he is committed to support PSSM with technological innovation and advancement. He is committed and keep doing that. And I have been, doing some session. Last time I remember a couple of months ago, we did a session with Master Naresh on the pyramid energies. And a couple of days back, he talks about the type of thinking. After that, a lot of discussion on the thinking. Then Sampath sir got into and took us through the Ho'oponopono detailed discussions. And now today we are doing Ho'oponopono practice, followed by the 4 agreement, where so I before I hand over to Naresh, so I have one question to Sampath sir. What is the relevance of selecting the topic today on the domestication and the 4 agreement, followed by we started experience sharing, then we got into the little bit on the subjects Ho'oponopono and the type of thinking, and now today this, before we start this.
Thank you for asking that question, Vikal bhai. People who have difficulty to meditate because of the past, for them, Ho'oponopono is very, very useful. But once you are able to meditate, there are certain things that you need to create your reality in a very, foolproof way. 4 agreements. If you can follow the 4 agreements, trust me, you can literally walk on this planet. Yes. Thanks to the Mexican wisdom. Today's session, we have used Hawaiian technique for meditation, and we are going to use the Mexican Toltec wisdom. So over to Naresh.
Thank you very much, Vikal bhai, Sampath. So the 4 agreements is a very simple yet very powerful. So the word itself talks about, right, 4 agreements. Whom are we kind of signing this contract with? So this 4 agreements are with yourselves, right? So for us to understand 4 agreements, there is a very beautiful concept that the author has started the book with, right? It's called smoky mirror. Now, when you smoky mirror will help you set the context. It's like get your conscious, calibrate yourself, and then start with the 4 agreements that we talk about, right? So before I kind of explain this concept of smoky mirror, I want to see the participation. How many of us are out of the meditation and listening to this session? So I'm gonna call out few words. If you're familiar with that word, please give a thumbs up. Are you all good with that? Right? How many of us are familiar with oneness? Let me see the count. I see only 4, 5, 6, 7. Perfect. So we all know what is oneness. How many of us are familiar with energy bodies or energy? How many of us are familiar with the word astral? Beautiful, right? How many of us, that is the last word again. How many of us agree that we are all light workers, light beings? Beautiful, perfect. Now this entire context of smoky mirror, right? It is better to kind of start with uh, a master. So Sampathana, if you're comfortable, I'm going to take your name and make a small avatar of yourself for the smoky mirror concept. Perfect. So let us say, as most of us know what Sampathana is, or I'll go with the word Sam. Now this master Sam is always exploring. He wants to do better to the world. He wants to do something to the world. He wants to explore himself and want to see how he can service the universe. Now one day Sam decides that in this digital world, or whatever you feel, whatever the universe you are in right now, Sam decides that, okay, I want to learn more. I need to increase my knowledge, and he will start his adventure of meeting multiple people, multiple different places. Basically, let's keep it simple, right? So he understands that there is a lot of knowledge that he need to get from his ancestors. So whatever we have right now in the current state is like half knowledge. So he wants to complete the circle in terms of knowledge, and he ends up in a place which is surrounded by beautiful mountains and caves and everything. Now probably at some point he understands that I have learned enough. I have enough knowledge, but this is still not filling my my conscious. There is something else missing, right? He learned what the ancestors were doing thousands of years ago. He learned what is the current model technology is giving us on the current state, but still he's not completely happy or satisfied with what he's doing. Now one day, let's say one cute beautiful full moon night, he's sleeping in a dark place, and all of a sudden he realizes that he kind of experiences a dream. Let's call it as a dream, that Sam is looking at himself in a dream, that Sam is sleeping in a cave, or maybe anywhere, any cabin or something like that. Then he realizes that I'm in a dream today. I do not know anything. I could see Sam could she's able to see himself lying down in a deep sleep. He understands that, hey, you know what, this is my astral body. That's why I said, how many of us know what is astral body or energy body? Now this astral body comes out of that room, cave, or whatever it is, and he steps out in the universe, uh, the outside world, and he realizes that it's a beautiful full moon night, and he could see all the stars glowing and everything is there. Now, this is all pretty common for us, right? When you come out of your house in mountains and everything, you could see all the stars, the beautiful skies, and everything is perfect. Now, what the author said is, suddenly Sam comes to a realization that, hey, you know what? The first miracle is I could see myself. I'm in a dream. I could see myself. It means that there is an energy body, an astral body, which is with me, and I am the astral body, and I'm coming out. Now, once I came out, I could see the stars, I could see the moon, everything, and I realized that I am made of light, right? All these days we were thinking that the stars are giving the light. Because of the stars and the moon, I could see the full moon is all lit, the entire place and the entire earth. But it is the other way. I am made of light, and as well as that light made the moon, the light made the stars and everything. So it's a reverse engineering, guys. So why is it? Because we all should know, when you say you are a light being, it means light is information. Light is information. And we are all light beings, we are all made of light. Now, whatever matter, as in the animals, trees, the mountains that he is seeing, is nothing but the reflection of light, right? So the stars are made by light. The space between the stars is also made by light. I am also made of light. Now he gets that realization. Now it means that, okay, I'm trying to learn what my ancestors were doing thousands of years ago and solve the problems, the modern problems that I am having in this digital world, and which is insufficient for me. Then I all of a sudden realize that I'm made up of light, and he feels very happy. That astral body is feeling very happy that he has discovered that everything is light, and whatever matter that we see is just a reflection of the light that you do, right? And friends, I'm not going to talk about the definitions that the author has given. We have tonal and nagual in terms of the, how he has designed, but to a practical world. Now, what he has seen is, like him in his dream or through his astral travel, like him, there are a lot of other masters that are standing in that beautiful Purnima night along with him, and he could see them. Now, Sam walks up to one of the master. I'll take my name, Naresh. And when Sam walks up to Naresh, he's not looking at Naresh. When Sam is walking to Naresh and trying to talk to him, he realizes that it is not Naresh standing there. He could see himself in Naresh. So it's like a mirror. Sam is looking at himself. He can see himself in Naresh. He turns to animals. He could see himself in animals. He turns to all the trees. He could see himself in the trees and everything, the nature and everything. So it means he realizes that first point is, I am made of light, and everything in terms of matter is reflection of light, and everything is reflecting me. If I am going towards something, it means I see a mirror of myself, right? And he gets super excited. He gets super excited, and he's like, okay, this is the best discovery that I had, whatever I explored, and I want to share this with everyone now. Now, how do I remember this dream, right? How do I remember this dream right now? And he tries to go contact one of the masters. Say he's trying to talk to Naresh in his dream, and he's not getting the same response because he could see himself and everything is fine, but there is a kind of a communication gap that he sees there. Now let's name it. Then what he names it is, he names this concept as a smoky mirror. So everything is a mirror for him. Everything is made up of light, and I'm seeing myself in a, or Sam thinks that I'm seeing myself in Naresh, I'm seeing myself in every animal, I'm seeing myself in every tree, anything in the universe is me. There is nothing beyond that, right? Now he comes out of the dream. He comes out of the dream, and Sam remembers that dream because that's the knowledge that he got. The light is information. He is made of light. It means the knowledge was within him, which got activated because of his exploration. Now, when Sam tries to communicate this to other friends, family, masters, whoever is around him, now others felt like this guy is a changed guy. He's no longer the same guy whom he was before the last night. He is all of love. He is all of that bliss and knowledge and everything. Now others started looking at him like a incarnation of some god, incarnation of some energy, and everything is going out, right? Everyone started looking at Sam in a different perspective, but unfortunately, Sam is trying to communicate to everyone. Now, Sam is trying to tell them that, boss, we are all oneness, right? Everything is together. We are all oneness. Whatever we are trying to do here is not making sense. You understand this. Now, the people around Sam started saying that, Sam, you're God. I could see the difference in you, right? Sam, you're God right now. I could see the difference in you. You are something else right now, not something that I've seen today. And Sam said, yes, I am God, but please understand, you are also God. We are all gods. We are all light beings. We all say have the same information which I gathered yesterday, and they are not understanding. Now, he remembers the concept of smoky mirror, friends. Now, we all understand why the concept of mirror is there, right? Sam said that this is all about mirror, right? We are mirroring ourselves. Every being and everything is a mirror. Now, what is this smoky mirror, right? So, it's a beautiful metaphor, right? The smoky mirror is a very beautiful metaphor. Now, what is the smoke, the fog that has come between Sam and Naresh or Sam or other beings, right? There are a couple of things, friends. The smoke is nothing but the fear that we have in our today's world, the judgment that we make, the conditionings, the belief systems, and everything that has been kind of nurtured us, or we have been a part of since our childhood. And because of this smoke, right, the other person is not able to see himself in Sam. But Sam was able to understand that this is all light, we are all in oneness. He can see himself in Naresh, but Naresh is not able to see him because of the smoke that you have there. So, what is oneness? Oneness is seeing yourself in the universe, understanding that light is information and we are all light beings. When you do the right sadhana, practice, and everything, the information within yourself is coming out. There is nothing new out of it, right? But because of the smoke, we are not able to kind of see the mirror on the other side, right? Once you understand this concept of fear, conditioning, judgment, or the belief system that we grew up with, once you understand this smoke, you clear the smoke, friends, then you see the mirror which is in front of you. Now people will start understanding, oh, okay, this is the concept. I remove that smoke or the fog down. Now I can see the mirror which Sam is talking about. Now Sam can see himself in me. I can see himself in, I can see myself in Sam and rest of the other words. Once you understand this concept, that's where we'll start our four agreements, right? Understand you are light, you are in oneness. What are the different aspects that is creating that fog in front of your eyes or the dream that you have? And then you start understanding the four agreements. Those are the contracts that you sign for yourself. Thank you very much, friends. I think this is the very shortest I could make of what a smoky mirror is. Now, the author will say, understand smoky mirror, and then start thinking about your four agreements. I hope I was able to.
Wonderful. Wonderful, Naresh. I mean, this is the first time one has explained the smoky mirror in such a beautiful way in our sessions. I'm glad that you started this so beautifully. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Anna.
Yeah, Sampath, I just want to add, I recently read this book, once and now reading twice and, repeating. But the way Naresh has explained and articulated the complete, chapter one of this book where it talks about author talks about this, it has really completely changed my perspective. I was otherwise only reading all those four agreement, one, two, three, four, and fifth. This you really articulated differently, and I have to read this book again now. Thank you very much. Fantastically well, Naresh.
A
Fantastic.
pleasure. Thank you.
And let us have this, session more interactive. While we are talking, I will also ask a couple of questions for the benefit, if those can clear the doubts of others also. And at the same time, I would request, all the masters participant, please keep typing your questions and all, and raise your hand in between. In between also, if required, then we can take the questions and have this session more interactive to the benefit for everybody. Over to you.
Perfect. Sampatana, over to you, Sampatana. Show the book cover again. One of the masters, Preeta, is asking to show the book cover again. Vikal bhai, can you show the book cover? Okay, so I have a PDF version, masters, just in case if you want. Vikal bhai, you have to take the book little back. So because, yeah, little front again, sorry. I'm just trying to, yeah, that's perfect. The four agreements.
Oh, so because of the
The blur
out.
effect.
Oh, okay, blur back. Let me.
That's all right. We'll share it. It's on Google. You search. So how do you connect to this smoky mirror to the domestication, which is the next chapter in the book, Nadesh?
You want to take that up? I think
Go ahead. I want the connect between the domestication, which is the most important, because you have started from the source where we belong, and how we get lost, how we get disconnected from our own source frequency is what is domestication all about, right? So do you want to link anything, like the bridge between the domestication and the smoky mirror?
yeah, I can link that definitely, right? So it's about, so second thing, right? Once we understand smoky mirror, so domestication, I'll make it, I'll try to make it simple, right? So it is like there's a lot of forgetting, right? So forgetting is, we are being trained because of the belief system that our ancestors or our civilizations have developed, um, based on their learnings and experiences, right? So the author called it as domestication of humans. It is like simple, right? So I don't want to dismean everything. It's like just how you train our pets. There is always a reward and a punishment. You have to behave this way so you are appreciated. You do not have to behave this way because you are you will be punished for that. See, at a certain point, what we think is, when we start growing up, you don't choose your name, you don't choose your language, religion, values, or anything that which is right and which is wrong, but we are all taught about it, right? So we are taught by our parents, by the teachers, and at a certain age by the society, of what is right and what is wrong. And this is all because of their experiences, their civilizations. If we agree and follow those learnings, we are rewarded. The moment you go out of the box and started questioning, you are being punished. Right? There is a certain fear that comes out until you gain that knowledge. There is a certain fear that comes out, and that is what the domestication is happening here, right? Why should we not know about us being the light beings until we kind of get into the spiritual path? Why are we not doing it? Because we were not taught about it, because we were not trained about it, right? So over the time, what is happening is we have already internalized the system, right? We have already internalized the system, and it's simple, right? So we believe that we have to be perfect. We believe that my worth depends on what others think of me. We believe that if I'm making a mistake, it means a failure for me. And all of a sudden, suffering has become normal to everyone. If I'm suffering, it has become very much normal to everyone. So domestication is something where the humans are being trained as per that civilization, as per the ancestral traditions, or the location that they are in, or the societal conditions that they're talking about. So the author says that while smoky mirror gives you a visibility about what you are, the domestication has made sure that you are lost through these societal, or the upbringings that we have so far, right? And we can always break this. That's a good news. The book is all about how do we break these domestications, how do you kind of create something that we kind of come out of the smoke, the fear, the judgment, and everything. And that's what this four agreements about, Sampatana.
Beautiful. So the connecting word between the smoky mirror and the domestication is the smoke itself.
Yes.
The smoke which is not allowing you to see the reflection of yourself, which is That smoke is because of the fear, is what you said. And from where this fear is coming? When did we land up in fear? How did we land up in fear? If fear is stopping us from seeing the truth, if fear is stopping us from being in love, where did all this fear come from? Is because of the domestication. Usually in humans, ideally we should be using the word called education and domestication only for animals. But the author beautifully explains that even we are domesticated like animals.
I didn't want to use the word animal. I made it a pet.
No, domestication belongs to the animals, usually domestic animals, right? That's where we use generally. But yeah, domestication is not a wrong word. But yeah, that's the process in which we are brought up. When you are a child, when you're a baby, how would you know? How you're not you're too young to tell what is right and wrong. So how do we bring up kids? Is like, when they are doing something right, we say good job, you reward them. And whenever they are doing something wrong, you say no, time out, or whatever. You sound different, you sound little angry, and they will stop. What kind of effect it'll have on them is, first thing is, as kids, we all are extremely dependent on parents for food, for all the needs, for the love, for attention, all that, right? The moment a kid is not getting an attention from mother or father, kid becomes sad and worried, and the moment the kid is back, he gets back into the safe zone, the security and the safety of the kid. Naturally, he knows that he needs parents. So what happens is, it creates a dependence, and that dependence and the flow of energy and attention makes him behave the way he's accepted by parents. Whenever they say good job, there is a reward, he feels good inside, and the attention is coming in a positive way, he feels good. And when there is a punishment kind of tone, he gets into that fear, like, oh my god, now maybe they'll be angry with me, they'll not love me, they'll not give me enough attention. So that's how the kid is programmed, like, okay, if I am doing something right, they will reward me. No, actually, it's not. If I am doing something right, they will reward me. No, whatever I am rewarded for is the right thing. That's how kid understands, right? Because it's just a kid. Okay, they are rewarding me for these things. Okay, fine. That means I'm doing right. If they are punishing me for something, that means this is wrong. So the definition of right and wrong, correct and incorrect things in the kid's mind is linked with the reward and punishment. And whenever you are rewarded, you get attention and therefore energy, and you feel good. Whenever there is a punishment, there is a disconnection from the flow of energy, and you feel bad. And there is a fear of not being accepted, fear of being punished. So simultaneously, the fear of being punished and fear of being not accepted develops as a kid. And this becomes a basis for your own domestication. And initially it starts with parents, like, okay, whatever parents reward me for, that is right. Whatever parents punish me for, that is wrong. And then it goes, you go to school, you get into the society. Finally you end up programming yourself like, okay, whatever I am accepted for, all those things are right. Whatever things I am not accepted for, those things are wrong. You stop thinking from your own mind. Your judgment is gone. What is right and what is wrong is already told by the society, by the external factors, starting from your parents, the whole of the society. So what happens is, unknowingly, the fear becomes the basis of all the decisions in your life. You don't want to lose something. You don't want to be punished. You don't want to lose the reward. You don't want to get the punishment. So the fear of losing the attention and getting the punishment, these things take over, and you don't even know how your own book of law, is based on the reward and punishment, is based on the fear. So that's how the smoke gets created. And that's why we need to understand why domestication is something which we need to understand from this book. And ideally, if we are really God, we are light beings, we are love beings, we should be in love. Why are we in fear? And when we are in fear, you know what? If I'm afraid of losing someone, will I be natural? I will only be creating an acceptable version of myself, and I keep becoming that fake self. So something called a fake self, which is nothing but ego. We call ego as a fake self. Ego starts taking over things. Whenever you go out facing people, you are putting on the acceptable version of you, not the real you. Whereas the real you is the actual divine you. So you need to erase this smoke. You need to clear this mirror. That's when you will see the God everywhere. So the whole of the 4 agreements is to undo a lot of agreements that were done already within yourself. Somebody tells you, you're this, you're that, you have agreed. And that becomes, once it is agreed, that becomes your truth. If Naresh says, Sampath, you're very good, I agree. Oh, I agree. Then I become good for myself. And 100 people say you're bad. And if I agree, that becomes the truth for myself. So unknowingly, we have agreed to a lot of things based on the fear, without knowing whether actually it is right or not. We don't want to lose the attention, lose the love, lose the acceptance. That's why we say, okay, I agree. All your beliefs are based on those agreements. You don't know truth. You just believe. Suppose I am told, okay, I belong to this religion, this is God, this is how you are supposed to be, everything like agreed. Because if I don't agree, I'm not accepted. And I have to go through that fear. I want to avoid fear. I want to be loved, accepted, right? That's a need for attention, need for love. That need is a majburi. So you are exploited. And that's how the whole culture has been. Nobody is doing it just to misguide you. That has been the way. That's how you get lost. So how to go back to yourself is by doing a fresh set of agreements called the 4 agreements. Maybe you have done hundreds of wrong agreements till now. But beauty of this 4 agreements is just make yourself agree to these 4 things, and you will get back to your divinity. You will get back to love, and you will walk on this planet like a light being and a love being. That's the beauty of this book, and which is why it is very, 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 very important subject for all of us. So I'll start with the first agreement. We are keeping it short. Everybody should read this book. Must read this book. We are only giving a teaser of each agreement, but everyone must read. And people who don't have time, please go listen to the audiobook. And we are just giving the teaser. So I'll go with the first agreement. Am I going with the first agreement, Naresh?
Yes, Anna. Yes, Anna. Please start with the first agreement.
Okay. The first one is be impeccable with your word. Be impeccable with your word. Whatever you speak, it should not go against you or anyone. That's the first agreement author wants you to make. The Toltec wisdom says, if you follow these 4 agreements, you are literally God. So for the first thing is, you take care of your word, what you speak. Because whatever you are speaking about God. Whether it be about yourself, it is God. Whether it be about others, it is God. So what all we speak, just recollect, get into your reality and see how many kinds of judgments we make, how many kinds of gossips we make. Whatever you are doing, it is against you. It is against God. Wherever the word is wrong, it is directed towards God, right? So you're committing a big mistake if you are talking negative about anyone or anything, and the power of word, if it's very difficult, trust me. We fail day in and day out to practice this agreement, but that does not mean this agreement is not powerful. This is the most thing. We keep evolving day by day. So first, what I suggest is tell yourself that however difficult the agreement is, I will give my best to follow it, and I will see the results by myself. Okay. So for trying, you have to make an agreement with yourself first for trying these agreements. So it starts with the word. Be impeccable with the word. One example in this book is, which Shibu keeps explaining so beautifully every time. A daughter comes, no, a mother comes back from work, and she's upset or she's stressed at work, and she comes back, and daughter at home, she's singing, just humming something, and mother is so frustrated because of the stress. She says, stop singing, and you sound so bad. And just that word affects the daughter, and daughter never sings in her life again, because she takes it so seriously that maybe I'm not singing, but she didn't mean, mother didn't mean, but the word, once it has gone out, it will have its result. So you can create a white magic or a black magic using your word. So this is the first agreement. So second one, over to you, Naresh.
Fair enough. So again, the agreements are the agreements that you're making to yourself, right? It's very important to note that point. See, the second agreement is the simplest. Don't take anything personally, right? The best way to, so by the words of it, don't take it anything personally, means it's a very common thing that we do in our day-to-day life, right? For example, if I'm in the state of Texas, Dallas, it is all summer right now. If I walk out of my house during a noon or so sunny day and I go out and say, I hate this sunlight, what happens? Does the sun stops anything? That the sun does anything on that because I'm hating the sunlight? Does it impact anything to the sun? No, right? It would not stop shining. So I always say that when you think about don't take anything personally, I want all of you guys to be like that sun. You just shine away. Don't worry about it. So what the author is saying is, whenever someone is trying to criticize you, ignores you, or trying to portray their judgment, or let's say betrays you, or anything that is coming up to you personally, it is not because of you, it is because of themselves, right? There is something to do with themselves that they're criticizing, betraying, ignoring, tempting, or whatever they're trying to attack you personally, right? So internally, the moment you accept that, it means you're giving away your power. But when you remember that, when you're giving away your power, it means you're becoming a victim. So what the author is saying is, whatever, no matter what, if someone, the other person is, offering you something which is impacting you personally, do not take it. Right? Do not take anything personally. When you stop taking things personally, we stop being the victims. We stop wasting our energy on being offensive, or we'll just start using that energy for our growth. Right? Very simple. If Naresh has a problem with the way his team is working, it means that it is not the team's problem. It is my ego. My ego is not receiving what it was expecting from the team. So I'm furious about my team. It's not their failure, it's not their capability or anything. So anything that the other person is offering you in terms of your personal take or criticizing or anything, friends, let's not take it personally. The moment you take it personally, you are giving your power away and you are becoming a victim. And I want to end this agreement with a beautiful example that I quote every time to my friends. So this is about Buddha, Gautam Buddha, right? So one day Gautam Buddha goes to because he's a monk, he's allowed to do the Bhikshatana. So on a fine day, he's going for a Bhikshatana and he goes to a household and says, Bhavati Bhikshandehi. Now the household owner comes out. He's a very young guy, like Buddha. Buddha is also a young guy, and he's like, "Boss, look at yourself. You are just 30 years old. You could go work out somewhere, and you can earn money yourself. Why are you being a monk or a sannyasi and begging for food? Blah blah blah." He was just giving a lot of abuse. Now Buddha says this very simply. That was, you got grain for me, right? I asked for bhiksha and you got the grain. Who is the owner of the grain that is in your bowl? The owner of the house says, because it is in my bowl, I am the owner of that grain. What happens when you give that grain and transfer it to my bowl? The owner of the house says, okay, if I transfer it to your bowl, it means it is your grain. I've given the bhiksha to you and I have accepted it. Now it is simply, Buddha says that because you are offering me something and I'm not accepting it, I'm not gonna accept your grain, and also I'm not gonna accept your abuse. So keep your grain to yourself, keep your words to yourself. Until I accept it, it is mine. If I don't accept, it is not mine. As simple as that, right? The second agreement is you're signing to yourself stating that I will not take anything personally. If someone has a problem with me, it is their issue and let them deal with it. Thank you.
Lovely, lovely. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Now comes the third agreement. Don't make assumptions. Most of the things we don't know, but we are so comfortably assuming things and we somehow believe that we know things. I don't know anything about Naresh. I look at him. I assume a few things. I know very little, but I assume a few things and I conclude about him. Forget about assuming about others. We have a lot of assumptions about our own self. Somebody says something, we start assuming maybe we are that. Somebody says you are great or you are mean. We assume maybe I am. So the very approach to truth should never be based on the assumptions. So this agreement changes the approach so perfectly. Like if you don't know, you don't know. Or you know from your experience. What you know from your experience may not be the complete truth as well. What you know is your experience. Either you know or you don't know. But don't keep assuming things and make those assumptions as realities for yourself. We do a lot of such things. We keep judging people based on, our own half knowledge. We have never been in that place. We have never gone through that experience. We have never done what they have done. We assume that it is easy or whatever it is. So without you knowing a lot of things, if you keep assuming whether it be about yourself or others, you are deviating from the path of truth. If you will never reach the truth, if you keep assuming, you will be lost. You will have to keep knowing things, or till you know things, you have to keep them as, I don't know about this. But if you keep assuming, it's like, Naresh wants to go somewhere and asks me, how do I reach Dallas? I don't know how to go to Dallas. I should either say, I don't know, or I should say, if I know, I should say this is the way. But what if I assume maybe this way, that maybe I keep it within myself and I'll say, go this way. He's lost, right? Same with us. If we misguide ourselves based on assumptions or misguide others, this is the biggest problem with a lot of religions as well. Someone realizes, someone gets enlightened, and rest, all the followers keep assuming things. Buddha has seen the truth. You have never seen the truth. So you preach, teach based on the masters. So you assume that they are right. First of all, you have never known whether they are right or not because you didn't walk the path. So we need to walk our path first, because otherwise all the assumptions will lead to misunderstandings. And misunderstandings, whether it be between two people or in general, you misunderstanding anything, that is not going to lead to truth. And a lot of miscommunications when it comes to relationships is because of these assumptions. We assume things, and all our assumptions are based on our own fears and insecurities. There is no truth in it. I make a call to Naresh and he doesn't pick up. I conclude he doesn't care, he doesn't respect me. Maybe he was busy. If I don't ask him why you didn't pick my call, how will I even know the truth? I'll be happy in my own assumptions. So a lot of people, because of their fear and insecurity, they stop themselves from communicating. They stop themselves from asking things straight, and they are comfortably assuming things, and they lose the path. They land up in their own assumed reality, which becomes truth for themselves, not the actual truth. Right? So you should have courage to ask things instead of being in a comfort zone and concluding things. When you don't know, better ask. And to ask, you need to have courage. People who have any kind of relationship issues, trust me, this agreement is so useful. So useful. So a lot of things, all the assumptions are based on our own selves, my dear friends. It's sometimes it has nothing to do with the actually what is happening out there. You conclude because of your own programming. You assume because of your own programming, and you don't see it. Unless you make this agreement with yourself that I am not going to assume. I will not make any assumptions. If I don't know, I'll ask. To ask, if I don't have courage, I'll gather the courage. But I'll make sure I am in truth, and I'll make sure others are in truth with me. That's when your relationship with the whole world, with everyone, and including yourself. It's very, very important. Sometimes our own ego says, assume this about yourself, you'll feel good. Stay in that reality. So whether within ourselves or with others, say no to assumptions and go on the path of truth. That is very, very important. So that gives you clarity, that gives you freedom. Next one, Naresh, over to you.
Sorry, I was on mute. Super, and I hope all of us are following this, right? So what did we learn so far, right? The first one is being impeccable with your word. It means you speak the truth, you spread kindness. Don't take anything personally, by which you will own your own peace. Don't make any assumptions. It means communicate clearly, right? What's the fourth one? The fourth one is do your best. As simple as it, right? Always do your best. Now, this ties everything together. This ties all the three agreements together, right? So, doing your best means do what you can. Don't do anything over, or don't do anything under, right? So, what happens is when you do your best, I think you can always kind of go back to your memories and see when you did your best. There are two things that you will avoid, right? One is you don't judge yourself because you know that you gave the best. And this assumptions, right? There is no self abuse when you do your best. There is no regret when you do your best. I know that this is what I can do. I did my best. So I'm happy with what I did. I'm not worried about the output, right? So doing your best means doing what you can. No more, no less. When you do your best, you avoid guilt, you avoid regret. So this agreement will keep the other three agreements together. When you fail to be impeccable, when you take something personally, or when you make an assumption, just don't punish yourself. Just gently return, and you can just try again with those three agreements and do your best with these three agreements. That makes a lot of difference. So again, the first agreement is being impeccable with your word. Don't take anything personally. Don't make assumptions. Always do your best. That's all life will ask of you.
Wonderful. And I just wanted to add one point about the fourth agreement is my personal experience that whenever and wherever I am not doing my best, I am not free.
Yeah.
If you really want to be free from within, the only way to be free is, by giving your best. For example, this session, I am not giving my best. After this session, I would feel I should have done better. That better is not defined by others. From within, my best need not meet your expectations, but I have to meet my definition of best. And that definition need not be fixed. Today's my best can be different from tomorrow's my best. But I know from within that today I gave my best. This was my best, whether others are satisfied or not. Others get what they want or not. So there is no quantifying the best. So it's just, from within that, yes, I gave my best. And once you give your best, you get satisfaction from within and you are free. Wherever you give your best, you can move on. You will be stuck in life, or you keep taking many lifetimes just because you don't give your best. If you don't give best your kids or your partners, you're stuck there, right? You have taken a role and nobody else can give you what you can give. And if you don't give your best, whose need is that to give the best? Our own need. Soul is not bothered about what you get. If you're not getting best from others, it's like it's a situation, you will learn from it. But if you're not giving from within, you are stuck. Only you alone know it. And you will never be free from yourself because your soul is always watching. So if you want to be free from within, the mukti, what we call in spiritual words, right? Mukti is directly linked to this particular agreement, according to me. And one more beautiful thing about this agreement is, instead of keeping it as a fourth agreement, while telling yourself that I am following this agreements, keep this as the first agreement, because this applies to the agreements as well. Let me do my best in following these agreements. So it's not like, if you don't do your best in taking these agreements, making these agreements with yourself, let the fourth agreement help in learning from these agreements as well. So make the fourth agreement with yourself first. Okay, I am going to do my best when it comes to following these four agreements. That's when you will utilize these four agreements so wonderfully. And there is one fifth agreement, which is a book which came later, and we'll just talk about it. It is listening. Listen. It's all about listening. You be open, you listen without concluding anything before you know anything. Just listen, learn to listen, but be skeptical. You don't have to believe everything that you listen. So learn to listen, but be skeptical. So that also keeps you on the track. Whatever comes to you, okay, you be open, but let your experience guide you on the path of truth. So wonderful. Thank you. That concludes all the Toltec agreements. Thanks to the Mexican wisdom, and thanks to Don Miguel Ruiz, the author who brought this book for us. Gratitude to all the great.
Thank you very much. Fantastically covered, Sampath bhai and Naresh bhai. Fantastically, So let's now time to get into the question answer. If anybody has any question, please raise your hand or type in. But before that, Sampath sir, I read this book recently, and with your permission, I will take a minute to, give my, experience, what I am trying to, do. So first one is we talk about the domestication. And I was reading one book, and The Power of Subconscious Mind, where it talks about whatever you accept with full love, it go and deep rooted in subconscious mind, and that becomes your belief. So if somebody is telling that, my name is Bikal Gupta, I born in Jhansi, so I'm Gupta, I have to behave like businessman and those kind of things. I start believing that, and that is kind of domestication. And the first agreement comes that be impeccable your words. So what I do is, again in one of the class, I learned something that, how to put the filter on your speaking. So first thing, though I am not perfect, but maybe after speaking, I get into the awareness, what did I do? So next time I will not do. So first thing is, when you are speaking, just think, whatever I am speaking is truth or is there any lie? Almost 70% speaking goes away from there. Next one, we think about that whatever I am speaking, uh, how are my words we are going to use, whether it is going to hurt somebody or not. Sorry, this is the third one. Second one, we think about that, is it really necessary to speak? That again takes away another 10-15%. And then last one, you think about my words, whether am I going to hurt somebody. And after crossing all those three filters, you remain hardly 5% or 10%, then you speak and say something. And the next agreement talks about, don't take anything personally. So Naresh, you have, given a fantastic example. Whatever you take, it becomes you. Otherwise, you are not accepting. Whoever is giving, it remains with him. So that is the third agreement. And we talk about the which one is the third agreement? Sorry, I talk about the second. Do your best. That is the last one. And fourth one. Third one is, I'm missing Sampath sir. Which one is the third one?
The four agreements are: be impeccable with the word, don't take anything personally. Third one is don't make assumptions.
Okay, assumption. So assumption, I keep repeating one quote, and who assume? Only cowards. Those who have the courage, they go and speak up and ask and clarify everything. And the most important thing, the moment you start assuming, it start compounding. One assumption will keep compounding with others and others and others, and you get into the so much suffering. So don't assume. Only coward assumes. Be brave, have courage, and go and ask. And the fourth one, what you do your best. So what I do, and keep talking about, whenever I am doing something, I will not leave it to the validation of others that I have done good or bad, but I will go to the extent that in future, I myself will not regret, oh, I could have done little more, so this could have been better. Whatever at that time best I could do, I have done and then done and dusted. Forget about that all. So this is all, Sampath sir, with your permission, I just, am taking a minute to share my experience after reading this book. Now,
thank you so much. Experience is so powerful than theory. Thanks for sharing your experience with the four agreements. Vikal bhai, thank you so much for sharing.
Oh, and I don't see any question. If anybody has the question, I think very well.
There are hands raised.
Okay, Nikhil.
Don't assume.
Oh, two hands. I'm sorry.
Kidding.
Thank you, Vikal. Yeah, so the session was so unique today. Wonderful sharing from Sam and Naresh. It looked very, a combination of this kind of knowledge was so good. First thing is that. And about this four agreements, my experience with this book is like, initially when I read this book, there was a lot of change in my words. The first agreement, be impeccable with the word. When I read that, so much unnecessary words got reduced, and over a period of time, for the second time when I read that, it was completely different. All the four agreements, specifically my experience with the word, has changed. So initially, a lot of unnecessary words changed, but somewhere in my life, I have stopped speaking. So that is also not correct. Sometimes you have to speak, and you have to speak wherever it is necessary, and you have to be bold enough there. So when I read for the second time again, it changed my thought pattern. So not just with the word and the other three agreements as well. So each time when you read, it also changes your perspective each time. It all depends on that particular time what kind of mind state you are. It also depends on your growth as well. So this book is really, each time when you read, it gives a different experience. So basically how, I don't know how this author has created these 4 agreements. It really impacts in our everyday life. So most of the mistakes that we do will categorize. If you categorize all those things, it will come into these 4 things. Especially when it comes to assumptions, we always make so many assumptions without knowing what is the fact. By seeing things, we it looks real, but we make assumptions. But actually, the reality is different. And when we come out of these assumptions, and when I started practicing it, my relationships was so good, and my friendships were, there was a lot of changes in my relationships. So just wanted to share that.
Thank
Thank you,
you
thank you.
very much.
And this today's session was so unique. Both of you presenting in your own ways, in your own experiences, was quite nice to hear from both of you. And Naresh, it was so good. Initially, when you took up the story, you have very good storytelling skill. So
Yeah,
yeah,
totally
it
agreed.
it was so good to listen. Thank you, guys.
Bye. Thank you. Thank
Yeah,
you very much.
Nikhil, from what you spoke, I just want to add one thing. You said you became literally silent and you are not speaking where you are supposed to speak also, right?
Yes.
So in English, we have, beautiful words like I guess, I think. Wherever you don't know, you can say, I guess, I think. That shows that you don't know, right? You yourself are agreeing that that's your perspective. So you need not stop yourself from expressing and communicating or speaking, but you can make it evident that that's not your knowledge, so that others
Yeah.
don't get misled. It's your part of the responsibility that you need to take, that this is what I think, I guess. So they know that you're guessing it, right? So that's the responsible way of talking. And silence is, today we did Ho'oponopono and 4 agreements. There is one thing that helps silence. Heart chakra, we call it as anahata chakra. Ahat, Hindi word, ahat, right? Agitation. Anahat means there's no agitation. Silence gives you that state where there is peace without agitation. And silence gives you peace here, one thing. And silence gives you awareness here before you utter a word. So silence is such a beautiful gift that we have got, and tool that we need to use in our day-to-day spiritual life to be on the track. Silence gives you not just energies, not just saves your energy. It makes you so much aware before you utter a word, and the whole of your creation comes into control using silence. Because when you are in silence, you are peaceful here. Whatever you talk is coming out of awareness, one, and you can also make sure you can be aware whether it is coming out of love or not. So silence is one thing which I understood, which can help you make the best utilization of both the Ho'oponopono and 4 agreements. Just wanted to add.
Yeah, I worked on it, and a lot of improvement is there. I'm still working on that. And one more thing, when you started speaking about Ho'oponopono, my experience is like, this is about making yourself grounded, right? So it's being in the middle path. The people who are already feeling superior for themselves, they don't feel like uttering these words. I am sorry, please, forgive me. These words will not come out of their out of their mouth. So this kind of technique, Ho'oponopono technique, is to make them again grounded and feel that they are also into the pace. And for the people who feel inferior again, so this is again has to be balanced, right? So how can you say that these people who are feeling inferior will always say sorry without their mistake? And how we can make this as a balance? Any light onto this?
I want Naresh to take it up.
Mm.
Again, so sorry doesn't mean that we'll go further down, right? When you say I'm sorry, you are coming out of your negativity and you are increasing your energy out there with all realization what has went wrong, You're saying you're accepting it. It means you're creating space to grow. For people who are inferior, if they say sorry, it's not just by saying the affirmation, I'm sorry, right? It's feeling sorry about it. And when you love and when you thank, that is always going to balance it out. So again, Oponopono, it's not about just the affirmations, it's about feeling, realizing, and then following it. So there is no question of inferior or superior. You are creating the space anyways. Did I answer correctly, Sampathana?
Yeah. And in the four statements, I am sorry, please forgive me, I love you, thank you. I am sorry does not actually mean, in the previous session also, I answered to Anna madam, that sorry is not to say or accept that you have done something wrong. Sorry is only to connect and acknowledge. You sorry, so actual meaning is acknowledging and connecting. Forgive me is where you take up the responsibility. Sorry, when you say sorry, you're just feeling sorry that because something has happened, it should not have happened. That's it. So the actual meaning of sorry, is manipulated. We say sorry where we are supposed to say, forgive me. We are using sorry.
That is what the mistake is happening here.
Yeah, that needs to be understood properly. Thanks for the question.
Very good. Thank you very much,
Yeah.
Nikhil, for adding
Yes.
more on this
Thank you.
discussion.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Bindu has a question too. She has
Yeah,
raised her hand.
Yes.
Bindu.
Yes.
Yeah, Bindu, please go ahead.
Wow, what a session. Thank you so much, both of you, for sharing the wisdom in such a relatable and motivating way. Both of your energies, clarity, and real-time examples made this session very meaningful. This is the first time I'm hearing about these four agreements, and it's such a great eye-opener. I'll try to implement them in my life and see the changes, hopefully. Um, but I know Sampath sir is always great at explaining things in realistic way. But today, Naresh, your smoky mirror, it's an awesome example. So I have a question on that. So clearing the smoke, do you think it's a temporary fix or a permanent fix? Because I feel like it's like meditation where you cannot stop once you achieve the goal. You have to keep on clearing the smoke at different stages of your life or at different situations. That is what I understood when you say, you have to clear that smoke to see yourself in the mirror and
Perfect.
feel that oneness with everyone.
Perfect. So Bindu, I know your background. We all work for IT companies. So let me explain in that way. So life is a journey. It's a horizontal path that goes on, right? You right from your day 0 till day 100 years. It's your horizontal path. Life is your journey. Spirituality is your growth. You raise your energies, you kind of connect to the cosmos. Either you talk about life or you talk about spirituality when you grow or when you kind of go on. At every stage, at every part, you will come across the smoke, right? First thing is, for us to start these four agreements, you should understand what is the smoke, what is the fog. Is that judgmenting, conditioning, or anything that is really kind of creating that layer in between for you to see the mirror, right? So to answer to the question is, if you practice it, if you practice not judging, if you practice not living only by the belief system, if you practice not fearing through these four agreements, I think it is a continuous process and you don't have to keep the effort. There is no concept of smoky mirror with your practice. It might be a 10-step process when you start, but as you grow in your It's spiritually, and as you progress in your life, it will be a one step, and it will immediately that would become your way of life.
Yeah, that makes sense. Thank you so much, Naresh.
Yeah,
But
just want to
I
add
still
one thing
have one
on the
more
smoky mirror
continuation
part.
question on that.
Bindu, let me answer your smoky mirror question. Just want to add before it goes out of context. It is, suppose, literally imagine a smoky mirror, and you have never seen the image of yourself in that. Okay, first you clear that and have an image of, okay, this is how you look, right? That's the first time it has happened. Then you look at yourself. The next time when the smoke happens, the second time you clear it, you already knew the truth. You already know yourself. First time you didn't know yourself. Second time you know yourself, but you are now not allowing the smoke to come. The second time when you clear it, your focus is not on knowing. Your focus is on working on clearing the smoke.
Mhm.
First time you don't know the truth, so you need to clear the smoke to see things as they are. But after that, you should be careful that the smoke doesn't come back. And even if it comes back, you know the clearing of the smoke is to make sure you remain with the truth. The second time, so first time and second time are two different journeys. Remember
You have more experience now. Yeah.
yeah.
Makes
And you
sense.
know yourself. See, first time when we come into meditation, we don't know our own actual self. We don't know our own divine, beautiful self. First time you start realizing, oh my God, this is me. And later, you fall away from your divinity because of your ego and you keep coming back. The first time was a discovery. Second time is like you make sure you don't deviate from yourself. You don't go too far from yourself. So these two are different in the same way. Yeah. And there is no trying for agreements, Bindu. Let me correct you. There is only doing or not doing. There is no trying. Either you follow or
So
not
is
follow.
it like you have to do all four, or you can do a couple of them, experiment it, and then
Yeah, you
or
can take one at a time. Start with anything that you want.
and again they are
One will,
situational, right? Not like
and one will lead to the other, I'm telling.
Yeah.
They are very much interdependent.
Mhm.
So you start any one bindu, it will link to others, and then
It
you
will
will
link
start
to the
following
other.
all four together.
That's the beauty.
That's the beauty of this.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah,
Your next
that's
question,
awesome.
if you have any.
No, the same thing. As you were mentioning, the second time the smoke comes, you are already aware of it.
Yeah.
But doesn't that depend on the intensity and the situation? Maybe first time it was different situation, or it's a different intensity, and second time maybe you are not fully prepared for it.
No two situations will be same for sure.
Mhm. So every
Because
time it's a learning process.
yes, you are evolving every moment. Today you and tomorrow's you is already different. So every time, that's what Nikhil was saying. You read the book again, it's new you reading a new book. So everything is changing every moment. So you keep giving your best in every now, in every present moment. That will lead to
Yep.
all positive results.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Bindu, for asking this question and adding to further discussion. And on book reading, in one of the class, Srinivas Reddy sir mentioned that when you read the books, it is not first time. You have to understand the book completely by reading it 7 times. When you read the book at 7th time, that time you really get into the author's mind and you start reading from what he has written actually. So that kind of, so every time you read the book, it gives a new perspective, and you keep getting into that. So with that, thank you very much for everybody to taking out time and joining us for this such a fantastic session. It was very interactive. Thank you very much, Sampath sir, Naresh.
Yeah,
And
I want to I want to thank all the background team, Suresh, Sita, Suresh, Sirisha, Janisha, who are playing nice music, who are working on the flyers, all the invisible members of the team. And today, thanks for such a beautiful music after Ho'oponopono and wonderful hosting. And big thanks to Naresh for making this subject so beautiful. I never had such a wonderful 4 agreement session before. Thanks to everyone.
Thanks a lot, Sampath. So these thanks goes without saying to everybody on the background supports and everything. And along with that, a deep gratitude and thanks goes to all the partners. IFSS, Omega, Joy, PSSM Ignite, Breath Universe, Beat, PIMA, and PMMA. Without their collaboration and joining hands, this platform could not have been possible, where we are gaining the fantastic, unique experience and the wisdom sharing. So thank you very much, everybody, for taking out your time to join us. We'll meet again tomorrow after completing 66% of the program. So now 1/3 remains. So next 11 days, be with us. Thank you very much. Bye bye. Take care. Namaskar. Thank you.